Okay guys, so I'm going to do up this drill block here for your assignment so you can see. So I need a block here that's 2 inches deep. I don't have a width on there. I'm going to make it 5 inches wide, and I'm going to make it 3 inches thick. And then I'm going to put these holes in it. So I'm going to click over to Fusion, and I'll do a center rectangle that is 5 wide. Oops. Wrong computer. 5 wide, tab 2, hit enter, finish my sketch, and then I'm going to extrude that up 3 inches. Fusion's working a little slow on me here, but I'm sure it'll be okay. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and put these holes in. So the first hole is just a 1/2 inch through hole that's straight through. So sketch on here. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and use the hole command, something I rarely do. And go up here to this one and change it to top view, and I'm going to move this onto my center line and place it right as close as I can on that center line. And I'm going to make that 5. Oops, I'm going to make that, I'm sorry, 0.5. So 1/2 inch. And then it's going to be a hole type. It's going to be, let's see, 0.5. Depth, I need to change this to 0.5. And the depth will be 3 inches, because that's the thickness of my block, so it'll go through, and I'm going to go down here and hit OK. Alright, so first hole's done, and that's very simple. That's just a hole. I could have made it with a circle and extruded it. The next one is a hole that is 0.375 in radius to a depth of 2 inches, so it doesn't go through, it only comes down here 2 inches. And then it has a counterbore 0.75 to a depth of 5 inches. So this is a little more complicated. So go ahead and use my hole, and then I'm going to come over here and choose that for my face. And then let's see, for the depth it's going to go 2 inches down. Flash back and forth here. That is a diameter of 375. So the diameter, that is 0.375. Okay, I apologize, I stepped away for a moment. So on here now, I have a hole that is 0.375 inches in diameter, and it is 2 inches deep. And now I have to do the counterbore. So refreshing my memory here, coming back here, the counterbore on that is a diameter of 0.75, and that's to a depth of 0.5 inches. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to change this hole type to counterbore, and that's going to pop up some new things. So this right here, which is the diameter of the counterbore, is 0.75, and the depth of the counterbore is 0.5. So now that is correct. So I have the depth of the hole is 2 inches. I have the diameter of the hole itself is 0.75, and then for the counterbore I have the diameter of 0.75 to a depth of 0.5. Okay. Alright, let's go back to my sheet. So this one is not counterbored, but rather it's countersunk. That means it goes in an angle. So first up thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do my hole 0.25 inches in diameter to a depth of 2.25 inches. Alright, so put a hole. I like to do the top version, and then place it right there. And now I'm going to bring it back to this view here. Okay, so this one is going to be countersunk. and I'm going to do some work here. So the hole itself is 0.25. So that means this is a 1/4 inch, and the depth, which is this one over here, is 2.25. All right, I'm going to go back to check my, and then the countersink is a 1-inch radius at 82 degrees. So 82 degrees is a standard, and this needs to go to 1 inch. That is correct. Now I'm going to go back to this one and the last one, and that is another counterbore. So the first thing I do is I look, this is a 0.5 inch diameter hole, and it goes all the way through. So I'll go ahead and do that real quick. So, hole, top view, and place it right there. And this is going to be a counterbore. Okay. A little bit, and then go back and check. Okay. 0.5 inch diameter hole is through. So as this is 0.5. The depth needs to be 3 inches. That's going all the way through. And now I look at the counterbore. The counterbore is 0.75 to a depth of 0.625. So the counterbore is, I just said it, counterbore is 0.75 to a depth of 625. So that is correct already. This needs to be changed to 0.625. Alright. So I have done everything I need to as far as creating it. Now I'm going to take it back apart. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save it. And I'm going to save it as drill block. Save. And then I am going to come over here and hit a drawing from design. Hit OK. Patiently waiting for this to load. I'll pause it while it loads. Okay, so my drawing is opened up, and I'm going to go ahead and place the base up in the top left hand corner, and then hit OK. Okay, now I'm going to try to make that look like this with those two drawings. So in Fusion here, I'm going to move this down here, and then up here, projected view. I'm going to project this, I'm going to put a top view there. I'll hit the check mark. Then I'm going to do a section view. So section view, click right on this midline here and drag out. So this is called a section line. I'll hit check mark, and then when I come down, you can see gives me a view, okay, that has it cut through. Obviously that looks pretty much like this. These are hidden lines here, dashed lines, these are solid lines. But what that represents is cutting through, which is a nice thing. I'm going to take this and move it down a little bit. Let's see, how do I grab it there for a second? Move this. It feels like I should be able to drag it. Drag it. I'm going to pause while I figure out how to drag this down. Okay, so what I've done is I've erased that. I'm going to go ahead and recreate it. Come up here. check mark, and then I'm going to bring it down. And I just did it again. So all right, so now what I got to do is I got to go ahead and label these different holes. Okay, I'm going to label them to do this. So I had to understand what these symbols meant, and now I'm going to relabel it. So again, I'm going to do this. So I'm going to label that first one as a 0.50 through hole. So I'm going to come over here and hit dimension, and put that, and right click and hit OK. Come over here and double click on that, and when I double click on that, I get some things pop up. Alright, so I'm going to hit there, and then the symbol. So I don't want to use a symbol, instead I'm going to type. What am I going to type? I'll come back here and check. Through, which is spelled capital T, capital H, capital R, capital U. So capital T, so the space bar. Through. Let's see if that looks about right. Let's see. Yeah, there's space there. Click out of it, and I'll click on that again. Put space here to make it look nice. And I believe that I've matched that up pretty well. Okay, so the next one, I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I have the hole goes to a depth of 2, and the counter bore 0.75 goes to a depth of 0.5. I'm sure I'm going to that. So I'm going to dimension that. All right, so I start with the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to label the 0.375 hole to a depth of. Okay, I'll click on that to open it up. All right. Okay, I'm going to have to do symbol. That. That's 0.375 to depth. My depth of that is 2 inches. To get to the next line, I have to hit Shift Enter, not just Enter. So Shift Enter, not just Enter right there. And then I need to go 0.75. So I want counter bore diameter 0.75 to the depth of that. So counter bore symbol 0.75 to a depth. Alright, so that has everything that I want. Check it, make sure that looks nice, and it does. So I reuse that. I think I put a click on that. Oops. Put a space there between the counter bore and there. That looks pretty nice. Alright. So, and then I'm going to go through and do these two. That kind of shows you the pattern I'm running.